strange thing. A soul does not arrive in this world by accident, and it certainly does not choose comfort as its first teacher. If anything, life has a curious sense of design. It places the most sensitive hearts in the most chaotic homes, the most perceptive children, in the most unconscious environments, and the most awakened souls in the very places that seem meant to dim their light. And if you're listening to this, perhaps you've wondered the same question. Why here? Why was I born into a place that felt more like a battlefield than a home? Well, consider this. Awakening rarely begins in peace. It begins where peace is missing. Because the universe does not shape consciousness through comfort. It shapes it through contrast. A soul destined to see clearly must first walk through the fog. A soul that will one day lead itself must first survive those who cannot lead themselves. And a soul that will rise above old patterns must first be exposed to them fully, deeply, painfully. Some grow up in warm gardens, but awakened souls, they grow up in storms. Because lightning teaches faster than sunlight. Have you noticed how children in chaotic homes become experts at reading the room? They sense every shift in tone, every hidden tension, every word left unsaid. They become observers before they ever learn how to simply be. They don't learn safety, they learn awareness. They don't learn expression, they learn silence. And while that may feel like a burden, it is also the beginning of something powerful. Because you cannot truly awaken if you have never been shaken. Here is the paradox. You were not placed in that environment to be broken by it. You were placed there because it would awaken you. If life had been easy, you might never question it. If love had been simple, you might never understand it. If everything had gone right, you might never discover who you really are. Because an awakened soul is not defined by where it comes from, but by what it sees despite it. And perhaps the greatest irony is this. The very people who hurt you were unknowingly guiding you toward awareness. Not because they showed you love, but because they showed you what love is not. Not because they led your will, but because they revealed what happens when awareness is absent. So if you've always felt like you didn't belong, like you were in the wrong place, the wrong family, the wrong story, what if you weren't misplaced? What if you were positioned? Positioned to see clearly, positioned to feel deeply, positioned to break what was never meant to continue. You were not born to repeat the pattern. You were born to end it. And the moment you realize this, everything begins to change. You stop asking, why did this happen to me? And you start asking, what is awakening within me? Because awakening is not becoming something new. It is remembering who you have always been. Your pain became your teacher. Your sensitivity became your strength. Your loneliness became your doorway. And every wound in its own quiet way became a portal. You were never too much. You were never the problem. You were simply placed in an environment that could not hold the depth of your soul. Like here is the truth that sets you free. You are not here to fix them. You are here to remember yourself. You are not here to carry their pain. You are here to transform your own. You are not the continuation of their story. You are the beginning of a new one. And one day, quietly, without force, without noise, you will notice. You are no longer reacting to your past. You are responding to your purpose. You are no longer surviving. You are becoming. Because you were never just a child in a broken environment. You were the awareness within it. You were the shift. You were the awakening. And this is only the beginning.